We're going to do two different things. We're going to talk about surface area of prisms and surface area of cylinders. Now, on here it says lateral area. We're not going to talk about lateral area. You'll get that in high school. Okay, so we're not going to focus on lateral area today. So our main focus is going to be on surface area. Okay? Surface area of prisms. Again, I'm going to give you formulas that will look a little better for you, nicer. Okay, so surface area of prisms, we're going to do surface area equals 2 times capital B plus capital P times H. Okay, a lot going on, but remember the whole point of these formulas is knowing when to apply them and how to use them. So, surface area equals 2 times capital B times capital P times H. What does capital B stand for? Area of the base. Yep. So area of the base. Okay. What does H stand for? Height. Okay. What do you think capital P stands for? Perimeter of what? Remember, capital B's area of the base. What is capital P? Perimeter of the base. Yep. So capital P is new to us, but we know what perimeter means. What does perimeter mean? It's the distance around the outside. Okay, so capital B is the area of the base, capital P is perimeter of the base, and then H is our height. Okay, so let's apply it to an example. Remember, how many different types of prisms are there that we're going to talk about? There's 2. What is the difference between the 2?
Triangle and rectangle.
Triangle and rectangle. Okay, so we're going to follow this formula here, 2 times capital B plus capital P times H. Okay. How many things do we have to find before we can use the formula? We have to find 3. We have to find capital B, capital P, and H. Okay, so staying organized is important. Yes? So get in the habit writing all of this stuff down. So we have capital B. What is the base shape? Rectangle. Okay, I'm going to shade that part that it's sitting on. Okay, it is a rectangle. How do I find the area of a rectangle? Length times width, or we can think base times height. What is the base and the height of what I just shaded? Yep, 21 times 34. What is 21 times 34? 714. Okay, so we just found capital B. What should we find next? Yep, I'm going to work left to right, so we're going to find the capital P. Again, what does capital P stand for?
Perimeter of base.
Perimeter of the base, okay? So this base shape right here, how do I find the perimeter of that? Add up all the sides. So we have 21 plus 34. What are the other sides? The same. Yep, 21 plus 34. So if I add all those together, I get 110. And then lastly, what do we need to find? The height. Now, is that the height of the base or is that the height of the prism? Height of the prism. What is the height of the prism? 4. It is 4. Again, how can you tell the height? How can you figure out what the height is? What is it connecting? It's connecting the 2 different bases together. Yep, so that's why we picked 4. Questions on how we found those 3 things? Okay. So last thing we need to do is use the formula. So we have 2 times capital B. What did we say capital B was? Yep, 714. Plus capital P we said was 110 times the height, which is 4. What order of operations, what happens to happen first? Parentheses. We have 2 sets. We need to multiply both of those pairs first. So take 2 times 714. So we get 1,428. And now take 110 times 4 to get 440. And then finally, what is the last thing we need to do with those 2 numbers? Add them together. What did you get for your final answer? Yep. Now think. We've been doing volume a lot. What's the label for volume? Cubed, right? What are we going to use for surface area? Yep, squared. So we're going to use centimeters squared. How does it change from A to B? What's the major difference? It's a triangular prism. Go ahead and shade that triangle. Okay. How is it going to change? There's one big thing that changes. What formula? Yep, the area of the base, or capital B. How do we find the area of a triangle? Good. Base times height divided by 2. What do I look for when I'm trying to determine the base and the height of a triangle? What symbol do I look for? Look for the right angle, because the base and the height are connected to that right angle. So this side is 12. What's this side length? Why is it 16? Yep, because it matches that other side. So our base and our height are 12 and 16 divided by 2. So what is 12 times 16? 192. Divided by 2 gives us 96. Good. Capital B is done. Now we need to find what? P. How do I find the perimeter of the base? Add up all the sides, right? What are my 3 sides? 12, 20, and 16. What do you get when you add all those up? Yes, 48. And the last thing we need is the height of the prism. What is it? Hint, it's usually the one you haven't used yet. Why is it 3? Yep, it connects those 2 bases together. Okay, we have everything now. Yes, so let's plug it in. We have 2 times 96 plus 48 times 3. So we have 2 times 96, 192 plus 48 times 3, 144. Last thing we do, add them together. So we get 336. What is my label? Meters squared. Why is it squared this time? Because we're looking for surface area and not volume. Okay. It's surface area of cylinders. Again, we're not going to talk about lateral area today. So with surface area, we're going to use this formula. Surface area equals 2 pi r times r plus h. Think to when we actually plug numbers in there. What are the only 2 things we need to figure out? We need the radius and the height, and usually it's given to you, right? Think further when we plug things in with order of operations. What's going to happen first? Right, those parentheses are going to happen first. The radius plus the height. So keep that in mind. Let's talk about A right here, this example. So we're using 2 pi r times r plus h. So let's find the 2 things we need. What is the radius? Radius is 5. What is the height? 8. We have everything? Yes, let's plug it in. So we have 2 pi times, make sure you plug them in for the right things. What's the radius? 5. And then we have 5 plus 8. Again, what did we say that needs to happen first? Which ones? The addition. What's 5 plus 8? 13. Yep. From here, what can we do in our calculator? Yep. Type all of those in your calculator multiplied. So take 2 times pi times 5 times 13. What'd you guys get? Yep, if you have 0.2, that's okay too. What is my label for surface area? Inches squared. Good.